inside my heart I feel it was shot like a crowd dancing. I guess I can live without things that make my life what it is.
2 reviews in one day? Say it ain't so. Hell yes. This is my review of Toy Story 1 and 2 in 3D double feature, which is rather unprecedented. I can't think of too many times that this has happened in a major Cineplex or major movie theater other than the drive-in, and especially so where the movie has been reworked into a different format and then added clips through an intermission and the beginning of the movie, the feature. I was really impressed with this, frankly, mostly that it made as much money as it did, though I really can't complain. I mean, Toy Story 1 and 2, fantastic movies, as are all Pixar movies. Tongue-tied. So, are these worth? Is this worth paying for to see again? I mean, all these movies have been out for over a decade, really, and they're easily available online, and you can buy them for about half the price of what you would go to the theater for. Is it worth it? Frankly, if you like Toy Story and have a nostalgia for that, it is very, very much worth it. The movies are still fantastic. They do hold up with age. I'm going to go through them sequentially. I won't give a plot synopsis because, let's face it, these are a decade-old movies. If you want it, you can go on imdb.com and go find it for yourself. But otherwise, I thought the Toy Story 1, absolutely fantastic movie. Basically nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Outside of the human animation, which is, again, a product of its time, is still not terrible, but does look somewhat off compared to Pixar's later features. But other than that, there's really nothing wrong, since the majority of the characters are toys. The animation can get away with that. And frankly, the movie still looks really great. They remastered it, and with the 3D effect, it looks, I don't want to say new, but still it possesses all the charm and originality that the movie had way back when it was released. And it's still just as joy, like I said before. And so on that, let's just skip to Toy Story 2, because other than that, there's really not much to say outside of, again, the voice acting is incredible, and this is all old hat, because this is Toy Story, it's been released before. So, Toy Story 2, I have to say, my opinion has changed a bit. I remember having a distinctly more fond impression of the second movie back when I was young, but I'm not quite sure why, perhaps because it just had more comedy in it, because this movie was actually extremely funny. I'm not sure if it was funnier than the first one, but it was definitely just as funny. However, now, looking back at it with a better cinematic repertoire and more filmic knowledge, I gotta say, it does feel a little fluffy and inconsequential. There really isn't too much of a point to the movie. The plot seems kind of tacked on for as many sequels do, and it just doesn't feel as weighty. The first one had a good message. This one really regurgitates the themes and messages of the first one, almost quite literally, with the female cowboy, whose name I can't recall at the moment for some reason. But nonetheless, I want to stress, this is still a fantastic movie. I'm not insulting this movie in any way. This is still one of the best animated films ever made. But I must say, it doesn't hold up quite as well as the first one did, in my mind, to an older audience. But I want to say a story, because I think this is really what I got out of the Toy Story 1, 2, 3D double feature experience. I think that's really what this is all about. This is like going down to an independent cinema. I live near Toronto, so the Bloor Cinema, if you're familiar, and watching one of those old cult classic movies. It's watching something you're nostalgic for and really passionate about. And I want to tell this story. They have the intermission, and the intermission, by the way, the new clips are added in it, and they're not very good. There's no dialogue, which is a lot of the heart of the film, which I can understand, but doesn't really make it doesn't make it all that funny. The new clip before the film is adequately amusing, but other than that, really nothing to write home about. So you are going just to see these movies, for the most part. Like I said, though, I want to tell you a story. I was going out during said intermission, and I was walking to go to the washroom, and as I walked out, there was 2 little girls. One of them was about 9, and one of them was about, 5-ish, very young. And the 9-year-old was dressed up like the female cowboy, whose name I can't recall, and she was really kind of really enthusiastic about it and telling her younger sister what to expect, because I guess her younger sister had never seen the movies before, and she was saying, oh yeah, this is going to happen in this movie, and this is going to happen in this movie, and I think this is really a testament to Pixar's storytelling abilities, their filmmaking abilities, because this really does stand test of time. I do think this makes a great multi-generational film that should live on for a long time. I think this is a really great experience. If you have any family, go see this. If you like Toy Story at all, go see this, because it's like visiting old friends. The movies have held the test of time and are still just as enjoyable to watch as they were now, even with a little few flaws that now pointed out, are made up for with cultural references you never got before. So, if you like animated movies, go see this. This is really all about the experience, and it's a great experience. It's 3 hours. It's got great 3D in it. That really enhances the movie without distracting you. It doesn't really poke things in your face. So if you're looking for the poking in your face, you're not going to get it here. It's the new three-dimensional kind of 3D or real D, which is giving you a sense of depth, which I appreciate. And they thankfully kind of switch it off, not entirely, but in specific aspects of the movie when it's just a very dramatic conversation, particularly in the first one when Buzz realizes that he is a toy. I think it would have been really distracting if you see Buzz's face poking out at you in 3D, and thankfully they chose not to go that route. Then again, this is Pixar. They can do no wrong. It is very true. So definitely go see Toy Story 1 and 2 in 3D double feature. You won't regret it. These are fantastic movies. It remains a fantastic experience. If you have a little extra money and thinking of going seeing maybe crappy movies that you don't really know are going to be good, just go see Toy Story. Again, you'll love it. Trust me, it's great. Go see it. Highly recommended.